All right, what up, and welcome back to another episode of Ramblings in the Basement. It's your boy Theory,
Imoncito.
and we back in it. This is episode 30. We've been doing 30 episodes. I guess 29. We've been doing 29. This is the 30th one.
Yep, that's 30 weeks right there.
That's crazy to me. It doesn't even feel like we've been doing that many.
It really doesn't.
30 doesn't even feel like that much to me, actually.
It really doesn't, especially because we only do one once a week too.
Yeah.
So it goes by quick, and you're like, oh, we're already on the next one. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like we're up there, but we do have a good amount of episodes.
That's crazy, though. I didn't think we'd make it this far, though, if I'm being honest.
Honestly, yeah. Look,
The camera just turned off, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with maybe it's the battery.
No, that's not the battery.
Well, I don't know what's going on then. But
Right.
fuck. Alright. We have 13% battery on my phone too, so let's hope that doesn't die on us.
Well,
But I think it should be good because I put that shit on ultra power saving mode. You know, where it's like you can only use like a couple apps.
yeah, that'd be on.
That shit
That'd be
lasts
going.
days.
Yeah, that'd be going on clutch sometimes if you really want to save battery.
Yeah, that shit lasts days. It literally told me because it tells you how much time you have left. It said I have like a day and a couple hours left. It's always a little bit off, but shit. As long as it lasts us an hour.
They always be lying to us about the batteries. To be honest, they'll be like,
They
"Yeah,
hype it up.
yeah." They'll be like, "All right, it lasts us for like 4 days." Blah blah blah. But that's only if you just use it as a phone. Like if you use messages and phone, like no apps or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because the apps and everything is like the thing that kills your battery and
They'll be
like
using your
YouTube,
screen
yeah, all
background
that,
shit.
yeah. It's like, oh, do you want to put this app to sleep? Yeah, and then there you go. It makes your battery last longer.
Yeah, I remember when they first like started using that auto power saving mode. They would say it lasts like days.
You heard that too, right?
Yeah, she turned
Yo,
off
what the
again.
heck? What's up with that camera right now?
We're having technical difficulties.
You really are. Huh.
So I wonder if you can hear them upstairs. Because rarely they're talking kind of loud.
Well, yeah.
But if you can, it's whatever you hear. You probably won't even be able to understand what he's saying. You just hear his voice in the background. But it is what it is, I guess. It's just little things we gotta deal with until we get the shed.
And then we'll have like the soundproof thing, and then we're gonna put that in or no?
I feel like we might not even have to because the shed's already isolated. Like it's already
Yeah, fair
in
enough.
its own thing. What we can do, I guess, if you mean by soundproof, is like the panels on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could
Like
do
the
that.
little foam things, or no?
To be honest,
Is that too much?
maybe.
Is that or we're gonna go insane just by doing that?
Oh damn! If you think that's too much, I was thinking about doing more. I
Oh,
wanted to get like the really professional ones, like the foam ones are like the cheap ones. But I
Yeah.
wanted to get like the nice one that's just like a little square.
oh,
And
yeah,
it look like-
yeah, yeah.
kinda
Like they're like
look like-
black. They're like the mattress. Like well, not mattress, but like the mats from like school, kind of.
Yeah, kind of like
the
that.
ones that they put on the floor,
Yeah, like in the gyms they have like
Yeah.
those mats too.
but soundproof.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I want to get because I saw some of those. Well, I saw something similar to that. That was a heater. That looked. But it's like a heater, but it looked like that, and that's like low key. I want to get that because it was like a heater, but it has like the wood. So it had like a wood design.
Uh huh.
So I was like,
But it's a heater as well.
yeah. So it looked like so basically this. I guess this company of heaters. They make like little heaters that you hang on the wall, like they're little panels like that, and they make them look like paintings. And the
That's actually
the
nice.
painting was like wood striped,
Wood,
like
yeah.
the background that we have for the logo. So I was like, we could use that low key
Have it behind us and,
and
then
have that because it's
yeah.
gonna be cold in the winter to be recording out there. So I was like, we have a little heater, but that heater looked nice. It's not like an ugly heater. You can even make it part of the background.
Yeah, you can see that behind us every time.
Yeah.
Every time we make an episode, Ramblers in the no,
We got our heater right here.
not Ramblers in the basement, but it has our heater thing.
So yeah.
We have the wood design.
It's going. Yeah, it's a lighter wood though, but shit, this is still good. It works with it. I feel like.
Yeah. But have you heard what's been happening though with like the whole? Have you been keeping up with the whole hurricane stuff?
Not really, to be honest. Like I
No.
heard a couple things here and there, but
Dude, I've seen so many videos of like Like Florida, it was pretty bad in Florida. There's some people that were swimming in the water, just when it was happening. There's people at the beach, like 3 guys swimming in the water, just during like the whole thing. Yeah,
Wow.
and I've seen other videos where like there's alligators in the roads. There's one where I saw like there was a shark as well.
Fuck.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you imagine just driving and you see a shark.
I feel like sharks aren't as bad as the ones like as alligators. I feel like alligators would be worse because they'll be more like down in the water.
You can't even see them.
Yeah.
Right? They're hidden as fuck.
I feel like unless there was like bull sharks or like tiger sharks, then I feel like that would be more like don't be in the water. That shit because they're like I think like the most aggressive sharks out there. So imagine having those in the floods.
Fuck that, bro. That's like right outside your window. You just see a shark chilling outside your window. Fuck that.
And then it got flooded in Myrtle Beach too.
In Myrtle?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it was like it was kind of. I don't think it was as high, but it got pretty up there, like probably like a couple feet as well too.
She.
Yeah. So now like in Virginia now, like I don't think it's gonna be as bad, but it's the hurricane right now is in Virginia during this podcast. So this podcast is during the whole hurricane situation. So prayers to all those in Florida. Honestly, like I hope
But they're
everything
still
goes well.
recovering in Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico, yeah, prayers in Puerto everywhere. There's hurricanes everywhere right now. There's some in like I think there was a tsunami in Indonesia right now. I think there's like a hurricane passing like where I think the same hurricane that probably was within Indonesia is like one where like Japan is. Supposedly even the Palestine or Pakistan right now is flooded as well.
So I don't know which one you're talking about.
It's like Pakistan, I think. Like they're like over there. It's like it got flooded as well over there.
Pakistan.
Yeah, and I think one of the over there in one of the Asia countries like Iraq or one of those somewhere where there was a lot of desert. There's starting to pop up like water with like a lot of fishes.
True.
Like a lot of fishes. You just see like a lot of small fishes going to like that, but it feels like creating like a stream of water, but like a shitload of fishes too.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So a lot of crazy weather shit's going on.
Yeah.
right
I
now.
mean, supposedly people say it's hurricane seasons, which is between like from supposedly August to October or August to like March. I don't know what it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
They said something like, I think it was August to like November, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't know that to be honest, but like still it was pretty bad. And then there's a video that I saw that there was this guy, a guy like he lives in the woods, like how pretty much what you do, and you just see like he was recording, you just see a shit little. First you see a couple boars running, and then you see a couple more, and then you just see a shitload of boars running away, and then you start seeing deers like with them. So it's like just a mixture of deers and boars running away from like one direction.
From the hurricane.
Probably the hurricane.
Damn, that's crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when you see the animals running away from like the place or whatever,
They
that's
feel
when
it.
they know something's gonna happen or something wrong is gonna
And
happen.
us humans, we just stay there and look at it.
Yeah, like
And
all right, let's
pendejos.
go. Like exactly, like
Oh
pendejos.
shit! Thoughts and prayers. instead of leaving. No, some people, a lot of people are leaving actually because I low key. I don't know if I want to get political, but people were getting upset about people in Florida. They're trying to like flee Florida right now because of like what's going on, and they're like saying they're hypocrites because they're like, how are you guys gonna flee Florida, but you don't want illegal immigrants coming into their country? And it's like that's not the same thing.
What?
It's like people trying to leave Florida because there's a hurricane.
For the safety and
It's
everything.
like for
like
safety is not the same
Like,
thing as
it's-
illegal immigrants coming into our country.
that. It's like if you're like wherever it's happening for you is it's like if there's a shitload of earthquakes happening or tornadoes or like a tsunami, are you gonna stay there or are you
Yeah,
gonna
it's like
leave?
you gotta be smart. It's like it's also temporary. You gotta keep in mind, like these people. I'm sure some people are probably gonna stay forever, but I'm sure a lot of these people are just leaving Florida for the moment because it's fucking dangerous to be there right now, and then they're gonna come back.
Even then, they're moving. Some of them are just moving more northern Florida.
And even so, it's like it's the same country. You're allowed to move within states. Like that's your right to move within the states of the same country.
Damn, I didn't know people were saying that too, huh?
I just found out recently about that, to be honest. But I mean, I guess it is just happening right now.
I swear, like but social media, they be saying stupid shit.
It's not even social media. It was like a news anchor.
Oh really? The news said that.
Yeah, I forgot her. I forgot which one it was.
Okay, that's even worse, to be honest.
But
If the news says it,
Yeah.
like you're in your own country. I mean, if it's like part of like
Some news. I guess it is bad because some people still believe it, but some of them are just so obviously biased. It's just like they're trash.
yeah.
But I guess you're right. It is still dangerous because some people still believe them and they still think they're getting like real, stories without the twist.
Yep.
Which is it's fucked. But
And people are not, but this I did see on social media is that a lot of people are hating on the government, the governed, for like not telling them about their not telling to evacuate as much or sort of thing. When he was saying that from the beginning, but like, hey, this is gonna be really bad. Like, you guys need to I really recommend you guys leaving.
I feel like
it's
too
not
many
safe.
people just don't want to take responsibility. Like you can't blame the government. If you saw a hurricane and you stayed, like it's not the government. The government's not your fucking parent. They don't gotta be like, okay, it's time to leave. Like, be a fucking adult and be like, okay, I need to fucking leave. There's a hurricane right there. Like,
But it's not even that too. Sometimes it's not even the people that lived in Florida. It's just other people too.
that's true too. A lot of people just like to look for shit to be mad about online. But it's also like I'm saying, a lot of people just expect the government to take care of them. Like, they just expect the government to hold their hand through life. Whereas like some things you gotta just do for yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
figure it out.
you can't expect the government to take care of you all the time. And I mean, it's fucked, but it kind of like in that situation where people are upset, where it's like, oh, why didn't the government tell us to evacuate? It's like, it's kind of on you. Like, why didn't you leave? You can't just blame the government.
Even when they were warning you for a while too.
Yeah.
Like a couple of days before even the hurricane started to evacuate. And then and the thing is too is fuck.
I mean, they usually tell you like when the hurricane's coming, they'll say like how strong it is, and
It was a class 4.
they'll say like which direction it's coming and shit. So it's like you have an idea of what's gonna like what's coming. So for you to be like, okay, why didn't the government tell me to leave though? So that's on you for not making that connection that, oh shit, this dangerous ass hurricane is coming towards my direction, and it could possibly kill me. Should I leave or should I wait for the government to tell me to leave? Like what the fuck? Come on now.
At that point, use your common sense.
Yeah, like
you don't need the government to tell you like get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
like if you see something bad that's coming, like just leave. Like just don't worry about it. Just if something's gonna happen like with like a job or something like that, you're not gonna have a job to go to either way.
Yeah, that's facts. Like if you're worried about your life at that point, you can't be like, oh, they're gonna fire me though. Bro, like if you don't got a life, you don't have a job either way. So you can't be like, oh shit, they're gonna fire me if I leave though. Like, bro, if you're worried for your life, if you're genuinely worried about your life, not being a lazy person that's just trying to make excuses to your boss, be like, yeah, I was worried about my life, and then just like you weren't actually worried. Like, if you're genuinely worried, like, oh shit, like I could actually die, like, don't worry about your job, bro. That's the least of your concerns at that moment.
No, but fuck, I forget. It has to still do with that too, but. All right, well, if I remember, I'll remember. But another thing is like just like people will stay there just so they can record the experience, so people can actually see what's actually happening. Because not gonna lie, seeing things on social media are more low-key sometimes can be more reliable than like the actual news. Yeah, it depends. Not everything, because like you said, you got to do your own research.
Well, I think, to be honest, personally, what I like to do is find independent news sources. Yeah. Whereas like YouTubers, I guess, but it's like they're professional about it. Like they actually dedicate themselves to looking for news and like actually reporting that shit.
Yeah.
But it's like you're kind of getting like an actual professional
live
kind
experience
of
or like,
you're getting like a professional like journalist, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But you're also getting like something like you said, like actual video, like on the floor footage of like what's actually happening there. So it's like a mixture of both, because it's like you said, it is a little dangerous when you go just to social media and it's like people just post whatever and without actually being educated.
But some things can be edited.
Yeah, and that some things can be edited if they have a focus. So it's like, personally, I think you just find like a handful of those independent journalists that you can trust, that you personally trust at least. It's gonna be different for everyone. I feel like because everyone presents the news differently, and everyone's gonna be biased. To be honest, even people that say they're not. So they say it's better to just balance, have people bias on both sides.
It's good to listen to people's opinions and like be open minded by it, but don't like what is called believe or do whatever. Just like do your research, like be open minded. Take like if you think that's something interesting, or if you think that it might be true, look it up. Like be like, okay, let's see if this is actually true, and then you look it up. I was like, it's actually true. Then you're like, oh wow, okay, you go more into it. But if you find out it's fake, you'll be like, oh okay, you don't waste your time as much, or you don't be spreading out like false information. I guess.
Exactly. Speaking of looking up, it's something that I want to look up, and maybe I shouldn't be talking about it if I haven't verified it myself. But a reliable source, I feel like the YouTuber that I watch, I feel like he's fairly reliable. So I feel like I could talk about it at least a little bit. I'm not gonna say for sure that it's real, because I haven't, like I said, I haven't verified it myself. But I just found out about today, and I was telling you before we started recording, and I just found it fucking interesting as shit, and I felt like we needed to talk about it, and at least bring it up a little bit on the podcast. And that was that the government, the United States government, faked a vampire attack in the Philippines to take over their government.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's a pretty interesting ass story, to be honest.
But I still don't know how. How the fuck how does that work out?
So basically, they started playing tricks, like, because they knew that the Filipino people were very what's the word? When they believe in supernatural stuff. Fuck. What's the word for it?
When they believe, damn it, I do know it too. When they know superstitious.
Superstitious. Yeah, they were very. Yeah, so apparently one of the leaders of our army, of our military. I don't know if it was the army. They were leading a psyop, which I want to do a whole episode about psyops, because psyops are a whole crazy thing. Is that? Psyop is short for psychological operation. So it's like when they fuck with your mind, they like try to get inside your mind and manipulate you. And I actually have a specific guest that I want to bring on for that. He lives all the way in Maryland though, so actually I think you know him, Isaiah. You remember him? He's friends with Kevin.
Oh yeah.
He's into like conspiracy theory stuff.
Okay.
So I want to bring him onto an episode. So I feel like that'd be a good episode.
That would be good.
I want to bring him on for that episode, for the PSYOP episode, because I feel like he would know a lot about that. But for this one, this was a PSYOP that they were doing in the Philippines. And basically, the leader of that PSYOP found out that like I said, the Filipino people were superstitious. And so he started studying their urban legends and, trying to find out how he could use their urban legends against them, right? Like, use things that they already believe in, right? Because they already believe in that stuff. Like, you don't have to introduce it to them. They already believe in it. You just got to use it against them.
It's like for us, if we like the Llorona,
like here in America, like Slender Man started showing up or some shit.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah. It'd be easier to believe that shit because you already technically, like, even if you don't actually believe in it, it's still like subconsciously in the back of your mind, like, okay, that's there, that exists. And hello, will you be joining us?
I guess for a bit, yeah.
All right, bet. So we have a special guest, maybe just for a bit, temporary guest.
He ain't special no more.
I guess he's not special anymore. He's a reoccurring guest now.
Yeah,
every once in a while, every once in a blue moon.
Wait, scoot up over because I think the camera might be.
But Rojas is back.
Yes. So we're.
Oh shit! This chair's about to fall.
Take this chair.
It doesn't want you to be here.
Yeah, I guess I'll leave.
So we're in the middle of talking about
68 records. Vampires.
Nah, but that we could talk about that. I feel like we've talked about that.
We talked about it like 3 now, maybe, because we talked about his.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about it enough on this podcast. I don't want to make this podcast too much about that.
Okay. So we talking
this is a separate thing. But we were talking about PSYOP that the government did in the Philippines.
what they do at the Philippines?
I was just getting into it, to be honest. He just came in just
Vampires?
in time. Yeah. So basically, they faked a vampire
Dracula?
attack.
Yeah,
They faked, no, not Dracula. So technically, that's so
They
technically.
faked?
I was saying, I watched it on a YouTube video. It was Wendigoon for anyone who knows who that YouTuber is.
Please,
And
like
if you
and
don't,
subscribe.
you should check him out because he makes amazing videos. But yeah, because if I'm gonna be referring to his video, I at least I gotta give him a shout out, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
but his video said, well, like the title was, they use vampires to take over the country. The country. But once you actually watch the video, you actually realize they're not technically vampires. They're like their own urban legend that exists in the Philippines that's like similar to vampires.
Okay.
So it's not Dracula.
Oh
But-
man, so they can't turn on the bats.
I don't know, to be honest. He didn't go into like all of that detail. But I think they can. I think because he said they're kind of like skinwalkers. So he said that they can shapeshift into animals. So they probably can turn into bats.
That's some crazy
So
shit.
it's like it's pretty much like a skin.
That's that. See, we need to
Right,
capture
yeah.
that and study it.
I mean, I don't think it's real,
Yeah.
but it's just an urban legend.
I mean,
But maybe it is real. But
Hey.
anyways,
I heard there's a hole in the Arctic that we can go in, and there's cities
the
and
center,
beautiful
the
land.
center of the earth.
Yes,
I've seen.
I've
pictures
heard
of it.
there's a bunch. That's why, because this was one. I heard this is pilot from a long time ago that he went in there, and he wasn't supposed to speak for it, but he's always written everything he sees in his diary or log, as you would say. And in a log, it goes into so much description and detail. Apparently, like it was cold, but then after so much miles of going past where you're not supposed to, I guess, it got warm because the planes have like a thermostat, and it was like 78, nice weather. And he sees a nice big ass crater on the floor, so he starts flying through it. And then apparently, when he goes through it, he sees all this green land, untouched land, and beautiful buildings and all that stuff. Like basically, like if that's like the other world, where ours is like the poor land, but then the inner is like for high intellectual people that are very
That's a
smart
high
and
society.
everything. Yeah, a higher society.
I can believe it.
Basically.
Honestly, I can believe
So
it.
they're
I
like,
could
oh,
honestly
keep
believe
those simpletons out there while in here. Oh shit, we're good.
Yo,
He's
they're
on
trying
to
to
it. He's on to too much.
they're trying to take me out already.
He said too much. So
Shit. You heard that? You heard that?
Even chairs are
the
made
chairs
to
are on
fuck
to
you
you.
up. But yeah, that's what I've heard. At least a video I saw.
That's interesting. But anyways, so that PSYOP goes that the leader of the PSYOP, he found out that the Philippine people were really superstitious and they believed in like all these urban legends. And so they found out that on a really cloudy day,
Like a really foggy day, or just cloudy upstairs.
Yeah, like cloudy in
Okay.
the clouds. They flew an airplane and like on a loudspeaker in I don't know what language, Filipino, I guess.
Filipino has like a little Spanish in it.
But in their language, they started like saying curses to them. Like, well, can you imagine that? That'd be fucking terrifying. Like you just walking out your like.
I mean, what I think is terrifying is that apparently, like probably almost a month ago, I was outside and I saw 3 dots. No, a dot actually, 1 dot, and I was like, "What the fuck? That's not the moon. The moon's over here." But I'm like, "That's kind of bright." But okay. And then I went inside, came back outside like 15 minutes later, and that shit was gone. And I was like, I didn't think anything of it because, I was a little blazed, a little smacked. So I'm like, damn, I'm high as shit, Then literally that week, probably like a day or 2 later, I'm seeing short YouTube shorts and people like recording the skies like of the same light that I saw. And apparently like they've recorded it enough that you see it like go from one light
turn into like three lights. Like if it's a circle type, like a triangle, you know how like this little circle, and then it just fucking. And that was one video. I'm like, all right, you know, they're good at editing. There's probably some CGI. But then there's other videos, you know. Like, there was more than one video. It was not just in one place, but like in multiple places in the States.
Does it go from just being like staying still to like going fast as fuck?
Yeah, it was like chilling there. It was like chilling there, and then like it was moving, like hovering, like slowly, but it was moving, and then out of nowhere, it just like turns on all the lights, and then
it has like the fastest acceleration.
Yeah, like it's just like what the like it breaks your neck.
Basically, disappears.
Yeah,
in a way. That's interesting because that's basically how they describe the actual UFOs, like the government. That's how they describe the UFOs that they discovered.
Bro, that shit happened like literally last month. That's literally
how they discovered.
Like,
and they said it looked like it's like a pill shape. It's
like
the shape of a pill.
Like, why didn't it was nighttime, so I can't even tell. It was just literally light. Like, I just saw it, and then
that's interesting.
It just fucking like I swear I look at it, I'm like, yo, it's kind of weird, but you know. I'm like, we just had a blood moon over here a lot of time. It would look dark as fuck. So I'm like, you know, natural phenomena.
But my question is, can we trust the government?
No, of course not. I mean, of course not. Like, if I was a government and I knew I was in charge of everything, right? Do I want my people to freak the fuck out and then cause riot and chaos, or keep that concealed and then try to contain it to a point where, you know, they won't do nothing or not a threat enough to, you know, actually open up. But then society is not, you know, open and and they're so terrified that they don't want to do shit like that.
It's not even that. The government's just not even good people.
Yeah, I think it's more to do with corruption, to be honest.
Like, I mean, they want power too.
Yeah, but so like the way you would do it, that's how you would do it. But like that's not how they would do it.
But I mean, think about it. That's the way they want to proclaim it to us.
That's the way they want to present themselves.
Yeah, like they want to like, you know. We're protecting y'all. So if we end up discovering something, see,
but I've actually
things are so
that's what they do with, like,
everything's
food,
so
like,
transparent though. Everything's so transparent to this point where they can legit show a video of real footage or something, but then people be like, "Oh, bro, that's just CGI. It's really good," and then that's where like reality is becoming to a point where they can show you something real, but then people would think it's fake because of all the fake things. Bro.
They did show a video of the alien, of the UFO, and people didn't even think it was fake. They just don't care. People just don't care. And it's fucking mind-blowing to me that people don't give a fuck that the government
feel like they don't care and
showed videos. They're like, yo, look, there's UFOs. We don't know what the fuck this is.
You think they don't care because people I feel like people don't care because they haven't done anything. But I bet you if they saw a UFO, they're like, "Oh my god!" and then they see some lasers going through and people being disintegrated, they'll be like,
"Of course, people will be fucking terrified."
That's when they start reacting.
Of course,
but that's the thing. Yeah. People start reacting so damn late. Instead of like, you
Bob! No, not you.
There's literally like this is the percentage. I feel like people that first see it, literally maybe 0.1 or like 1% of people will be like, "Oh shit, you know what the fuck? It's crazy," and the other like 50% like, "Damn, bro."
I'm not worried about that. You know what though?
But fuck it, I'm still good. I'm still here.
I don't think it's gonna get to that, or maybe it does. But
and then the other 50 is like, oh, God's here.
So from what I've heard, like the actual military, like the pilots, I guess they're the ones that encountered the UFOs. From like the stories that they've said, they feel and they like sense. I guess they could be wrong, but they kind of get like this feeling that they're not. That they're like peaceful, the aliens. Like they don't get like a threatening vibe.
Because we're not threatening. We're fucking
not
ants
to them.
We're ants to them. They're like, oh, should I step on you?
Because there's stories of them just turning off all their nuclear weapons, just shutting it off. They're
the reason why we have EMPs. They invented it. We just copy.
That's just higher level than EMP. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. So I don't think an EMP could shut down nukes like that.
Then what do you think? What do you think? Plasma?
They on something else. We don't even understand their technology.
Well, I mean, like, but if they can turn, how can you turn off a nuke?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's some nuclear cell level shit.
No, they just turned it off.
Let me
just activated it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but a nuclear bomb is if you split an atom, right?
Yeah.
Is it just one or is it multiple?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
So you're just splitting an atom. That's how a nuke goes.
Yeah, like
Usually there's actual like bomb too.
Okay. And then like radiation.
Yeah. The radiation, I think.
how
comes
does
from
that
the atom.
radiation happen though?
I think that's coming from the atom when.
Because there's so many. Technically, there's atoms everywhere.
Yeah,
So how precise do you have to be
that's
to
just
cut an
contained.
atom?
I feel like that's just contained in the atom, and then once
Imagine
you
that.
split it,
What if you punch the air so quick one day, you cut an atom, and you blow up the whole city?
don't they do that in One Punch Man?
Yeah, I was about to bring up
I
One
was gonna
Punch
say
Man.
they do that
shit.
in the one anime. I forgot which one.
Like,
but
I was about to
guess
say,
it's
like,
One
what
Punch.
if you become One Punch Man? People were like, what the fuck? This nigga's blowing up everything. It's like, what you mean? I'm just splitting atoms. You can do it too.
But going back to the vampire thing too, because I still want to
Yeah,
know
my bad,
about
my
Oh
that.
yeah,
yeah.
the vampire shit.
You said you're at the part where the.
But
they're
to be honest,
airplane
I guess
speakers.
to reconnect it, to transition the UFO thing into it, there's a theory that people say that the real reason the government doesn't want us finding out about the aliens is because they're watching society from
Because the government is the alien race.
nah, because the aliens they're watching society from an outside perspective, and they see
So
how-
we're just a glass bowl
and they
fish.
and they can see how the government is fucking us over. Like, can you imagine if you were watching like
It's like
family,
our
right?
government's working with them.
like you're
type
watching
shit.
another family and you're watching like a parent like extort their kid, like they're abusing their kid, they're using their kid to get what they want, and you're like seeing that from an outside perspective, and you would want to come in and help, right? Like, because you see it, you can actually like see what's going on, whereas like the kid might be like, no, it's just my dad, they're just helping me out, they're just doing what they gotta do to help me. But you're like, nah, they're abusing.
They're basically
you.
the outside person seeing what's actually going on.
Yeah. So there's that theory that's why the government doesn't want the society finding out about aliens, because they
Are
know
trying to help us.
They know the real like what's really going on, and the government doesn't.
Maybe that's why there's
doesn't
some
want
among
that.
us and shit, and becoming so smart, like Elon Musk.
But yeah, so that kind
Elon
of
Musk is an alien.
I'm not saying,
he's
yes. But there's
he has,
it's just some.
he has Asperger's.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like smart people. I mean, I'm grateful for them, but I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, how come you're smart?
You could be smart too.
I mean, you can't be smart,
Yeah,
but your
yeah.
brain you can only do so much with your brain. Like, how do they unlock something in their brain?
It's a way of thinking. Everyone thinks differently, and it's just once
I
you
feel like
discover that way of thinking.
autism is a way to unlock that barrier.
Yeah, that's really what it is. That's what I'm
I
getting
feel like
to. It's
autistic people, like, maybe like, oh, they're weird as shit. I'm like,
You
what
ju-
if we're the weird ones?
yeah.
You just
What
gotta
if
learn,
we're the weird
you just
ones
gotta
and
learn
they're
to
just
think-
normal?
You just gotta learn
That
to
they're
think their
such a
way, though.
superior
I feel
mind that we
'Cause
think is stupid, but in reality is smart.
There's
as
actually
shit.
a lot of medical theories that say that Asperger's could be an environmental thing. where it's like-
Asperger's is considered autistic now.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's on the low end of the spectrum. I know.
How many are there in an autistic thing? Like, since you already know, like,
What's a spectrum? So I don't know
branch.
I don't know if there's like a
like, there's
a
some branches
number.
to it, right?
So continue.
but I think
Sorry,
the camera
sorry.
turned off.
Oh,
But
did it?
but yeah, there's theories about that it could actually damn. You gotta knock him down. This just broken too. His whole life flashed before his eyes. But anyways, there's theories that Asperger's can actually be like an environmental thing, where it's like you can, if you're like raised in like a certain way, you can actually become like that way. So I feel like
What?
maybe you could actually learn to think that way. To be honest, like if you just learn to think the way that they think,
Outside the box kind of shit.
outside of the box, and really just logically, I feel like that's what it is. Really, it's just like people with Asperger's have like a very logical way of thinking.
How do you think
Like
Ronnie
just
thinks?
logic.
He has it.
He has Asperger's.
It's just thinking about like things. It's just thinking things
Well-
through, and like having like logic.
I don't know. I
Kinda
always liked Ronnie because like he's unique in his way of thinking,
Yes. Yes.
and like what's it called? Like the way he thinks is like how other people think, but then like he's just like I feel like he's like type of person that will like put himself in that position,
He's trying to
analyze
actually
things.
play it out.
Yeah, like
And
he
it's
like
actually trying
he
to play
playing
out the
chess in his
situation.
mind.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like sometimes he might speak before he says something, but then after he says something,
He'd be
go
like,
back
"Wait a
into his
minute."
mind, and then be like, "No, I meant to say this because of this," and he like solves his own puzzle
Yeah.
in a way,
So,
and that's
yeah.
pretty cool because like, I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's like most people probably will be like, "Oh, that's weird. He's socially awkward and shit," but like. For me, I like that
mean,
kind
it's
of
an
thing because it's
advantage,
unique
though.
and
It is an
what's it
advantage.
called? Yeah, like I feel like those are the people that will probably save you in life and shit. Because you don't want to be part of the same cattle following shit. You want to be your own black sheep that will do your own
Facts.
and progress.
That's why we need the aliens.
That's why you
That's why we
don't
need
you don't follow other
You think we
shit
need
because they're not
aliens?
just gonna lead you to death.
Nah, I mean, I was just.
Well, I don't know about
joking,
death,
to
but,
be
like,
honest. But I was trying to reconnect that until we went into the Asperger's thing. But I was trying to reconnect the aliens back to PSYOP, where it's like you can't trust the government because the government be trying to twist shit up. Which is
Facts.
back to the PSYOP thing that we were talking about with the Philippines, with the vampire story, which was that they did the thing in the airplane where they're flying, and they're like doing curses. They're like saying curses to like in their language, and like over the speaker. So they just heard that shit coming from the sky, basically. And I don't know, that'd be terrifying. You imagine that shit.
That'd be scary. Imagine
Like,
just
there's like
walking
they're
outside
like
and
in
you just hear
villages
it.
too. Like you just walk outside of your village. Like imagine that in Mexico. Like and in Spanish, you just hear cursing. Like there's yeah, exactly shit like that. So and so basically they started making curses where like if you help the people that are fighting against us, we're gonna curse you. So people stopped helping them, and so quickly the government was able to take over the country because people stopped helping
'Cause they
the
were scared.
resistance. Yeah.
That's why. That's the number
Fear,
one thing
bro,
to control.
Fear,
It's
bro.
fear,
Fear lets you
yeah.
control a lot of people.
Fear is the one thing you need to do to people in order to control anything. Why do you think war? People, oh, I won the war, fair and square. Now you put fear into their fucking heads because you killed so many of them that they're so scared to do anything because you're gonna kill them. So that's why they just, out of fear and survival tactics, like their inner tactics of survival, they're like, oh shit, if you're alpha, you're not gonna be okay with some alpha doing that shit. So you're gonna try to body, but then like in the Lion Kingdom, whoever wins, and the whole herd is yours.
And if you're smart about it, you outsource the fear so they don't trace it back to you.
Exactly.
So you make them afraid of something else, and then you make it like you're gonna save them from that, which is what the government does to us
Manipulative.
right now with
Manipulation.
the COVID vaccine, which is gonna get us banned for me saying that. But
Which
I had
is-
to say
it's true.
it.
It's true though. Because I think during the whole situation, I don't know how true this is. I gotta see if I actually gotta look more into it if he
I don't
actually
think
said
it's
this.
true. Have not get vaccinated.
But what is? There's a video where I think Biden said during the whole Florida hurricane, like, well, yeah, if to be safe from this, you gotta get your vaccine.
from the hurricane,
Yeah,
From a hurricane,
Yeah.
yo. There's been
So-
hurricanes before and shit. What are
No,
you
but
talking
you
about?
know-
What's a shot gonna be?
when we were talking about hurricanes, I
pretty
actually
sure if I got enough
I was
needles
thinking about
stabbed
this,
into me, I did.
but I don't like making this podcast too political just because it becomes controversial. And I don't mind it, but I kind of want to have like a separate podcast for that. Just so if that podcast goes to shit, we still have this one to talk about the fun, interesting stuff. Because I know the political shit gets controversial, and then people start hating on it, and it's like,
Oh, you're one of them.
yeah, you're racist.
We're
Oh,
speaking our
wow.
opinion. If you don't like it, then deal
But,
with it. Because everybody has their own right to say.
But
anything
people
they
were
want.
trying to blame
Freedom of speech?
the hurricanes.
Exactly.
People were trying to blame the hurricanes on climate change, and
Climate change has been happening since like 2012.
yeah,
Even then, before that.
yeah.
I feel like that's why 2012 was such a big thing. It was going to be the end of the world. Yeah, the end of regular climate. Because ever since after 2012, it's been irregular climate.
Yeah, but you know what it could also be is we know for a fact that Project HARP is real, whereas like a weapon that the government designed to control weather.
Yeah.
Now we know that's real.
Oh, yeah, the fucking
So-
Kodak Black or something like it's like government weather control. and
So
shit.
like
Because it's true.
we don't
they
really
actually
know.
have.
We don't really know if they're using it or not. Like what they're using it for. Like we know it exists. We don't know what they're doing with it though. So maybe like you're saying, like if that's true, like events are getting worse. Could it be that they're doing something to it
bro.
Could
We're
they have
living
something
we're
to do
living
with
that
Can they
movie.
make it more powerful than it already is going to be?
Maybe they don't actually know what
What's
they're
that-
doing, and they're
what's that
fucking
movie
up
called?
our weather in ways they
We're,
don't know.
we're living in that movie, The Truman Show,
Yeah.
where you guys can be fucking actors, telling me everything's bullshit,
Yeah.
and I'm over here like, damn, thinking you guys are close and shit. In reality, it's a fucking fake. You know, it makes you believe it could be true because there's some places that it was a glitch in the weather and it's raining just in one spot. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't a
It
Truman
was
Show.
following him around.
Yeah, in the Truman Show, and it just like one thing, and it just kept
Yo,
following.
you-
and there
I've
was
seen that
actually there was
happen
actually
before.
happening in real. Like this guy recorded a video of like it just raining in one spot, and everywhere it was dry.
A car. There's one that was just raining in the car.
Yeah, but the reason that happened is because the cloud. It's just that one cloud that's raining above.
I know, but like, but that see, what if it's not just that cloud?
It's like, what if that's what they want you to think?
What if they're in the fucking sky? Those clouds. Why do you think they're so damn heavy?
It's a little airplane.
Why do you think they're so damn
It's a little
heavy? Because
airplane
they're
following
fucking
you around.
full of it's fucking full of metal and all this bullshit. The cast
You know what though?
is up there watching us and shit.
That could
That's why it's
actually
so
be
damn
true.
heavy.
It's two things actually, because when you brought up the Truman Show, I did want to say I want to see a spin-off movie of one of the characters, because I remember his best friend. They actually grew up together, so I want to know like his whole life is just a lie. Like, can you imagine
Like, what is his life?
you're the
out
whole
of the
life? Yeah,
Truman
your
Show?
whole life you're just an actor. And
I mean,
this-
that's everybody though. Like even his mom, his
No,
dad. Well, his dad
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to, but
was
that's
cut off.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to see like I want to see one of their stories when they're just like they're dedicating their whole life to making this fake thing. I don't know. That'd be an interesting.
It's like
movie, I feel
it'd be like kind of like a documentary. So like I feel like it'd be good if it was a documentary. It's like, so how do you feel about like, you know, entering this
that would
life
that would be
and like
interesting
knowing
as
that you're
fuck.
lying to him your whole life? Like he trusted you with everything, and how can you just lie right to his face? Well, I mean,
I don't
when
see
you've
it
been
that
born
way.
as an actor, you don't really think about things.
So you don't really think about it that way. So I actually think I'm really his best
I'm
friend.
doing my job.
Yeah, I really do see him as my best friend. For just
It's like,
bullshit like that.
who's your real best friend? I don't speak about personal things. Because Truman is my best friend.
Well, the thing is, that would be your life though, because you'd be
Yeah.
like, if you're best friends, you're spending time together like all the time already. So it's like,
well, you're
you're-
imagine that you're
Just
an
like late
actor
at night, I
on
guess.
standby. For if
basically-
anything happened to him, you
That's
notice how
basically- yeah, exactly.
they
That's
got
your
him like,
life.
hey, yo, it's time to go right now,
Yeah,
go right now.
yeah, exactly. Because I remember that one scene where he's like, "You got to bring in beers." Remember?
Yeah.
He's like,
Hey, buddy,
he's
because they were
like,
trying
"You
to
gotta show
find like the
beers."
camera and shit. Like,
Yeah, he's like, "I
hey,
gotta show
I don't think
beers."
he's moved. Hey, I got the 6.
Yeah, so you just gotta be on standby. Exactly.
Damn. Yeah, I do remember that.
So that'd be a good, interesting theory. But fuck, what was the other thing I was gonna say? What did you say?
What if that? What?
I forgot what you said after that about the about the clouds following you and how it could be like little spaceships. I did see a
Spaceship. What the fuck?
or like a little airplane,
something
I
up
guess.
there,
like
yeah.
a little plane. But I did see something interesting that could technically make that possible. I found out recently that our military has the technology to camouflage tanks already and make them look like cars, like actual cars.
Wait, what?
Are you talking about? Fucking.
Like,
Damn, what's that movie called?
So-
Chicken Little, where the sky's falling.
yeah, exactly like
Type
that.
shit.
Dude, exactly like that. So it would be exactly like that, like little tile panels, and they'll just do like a little screen that does like shows like whatever you want. So you can show.
They had that shit in they had that in Dragon Ball Z when they were going to Namek, and they randomly bump into a random ship in the middle of the space. They're like, wait, but all you see is space. But their ship was made out of reflecting mirrors.
Reflection mirror. It was
So
like
they
the kids and all that?
So they can't really
So
get
basically, what it does is
caught by anybody.
it has
man.
like cameras on the other side, and it just records whatever's on the other side, and it just shows it on that side.
So
so
like
it makes-
it's live streaming the front to show it in the front, like in
Yeah.
the back, like if
So you're literally just seeing everything.
that's wild, bro.
And you can also like if you
What
want
the fuck?
you could like draw shit that's not there too. Like if you want to like put a car and make yourself look like a car, that you're just driving like a car that's driving down the road. People won't even think that it's a fucking tank. People won't even realize. That's just fucking terrifying.
Hey, dude, you got a problem?
Hey, I think your tail light's out. He just keeps driving.
I'm just looking straight, like, yo, that nigga's crazy, bro. Why does he need so much space in front of him? Like,
Why is it fucking taking 2 lanes? Fuck.
Yo, that's crazy.
the car won't move. What's in the way?
Crashed into a truck.
Or people when they hit something, like, I swear there was nothing in front of me, bro. It's like something got in front of me. I swear, bro. You going crazy, bro. I'm telling you,
Crashed
you
into
sleep
air, bro.
deprived, bro. You need sleep. You need sleep.
I crashed into air.
They won't believe it until it happens to them.
I told you it wasn't an invisible wall. I fucking told you.
Man, that's scary though.
Man, that sucks.
But we were talking about something else too. I don't know.
Psyops. You can't
Yeah,
trust
Man, the
the
vampires.
vampire. I'm pretty much
And
finished.
about the government.
I guess the other thing that the
being a
government did
bitch,
that
like always.
I didn't mention
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
another thing that they did to try to pull off the psyop was they took someone and they would take people from like the squads of the Filipinos that are fighting back against the U.S. government. They would like kidnap people that would like get separated, and they would like take, I guess, like a little knife or something and make like 2 holes in their neck and drain their blood to make it look like the vampire like took them and just like tossed them back. And so whenever they saw them, that's
so
what made them
inhumane.
think like, oh shit, it's a fucking vampire.
Yeah, he's good, bro.
They would hang him upside
It's still
down.
2 inches apart, bro. Why'd you put one on his neck and one on his foot? Like, is he a giant or some shit, bro? Like,
He took 2 bites. Now you gotta make
Bro.
Now you gotta make 2 more.
see, yeah, right? You gotta make sure he got gang banged by fucking damn like,
Right? Get
vampires,
one right there,
bro.
get one right there, one right there.
and they
Stab
would,
him here. So
and they would hang them upside down too to make sure all the blood comes out, like to drain them basically.
Oh my god, yo, they made him pale.
Yeah, that's just fucked up.
That is.
Which makes you.
How are you comfortable to even do that?
That's what I'm saying. That makes you think like,
That's
what
inhumane as
what
fuck.
is the government comfortable doing? Like, how far will they go?
I mean, but then again, there's a lot of psychopaths. Like, I recently saw this one video. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but like about this 14-year-old girl that killed her like
Yeah.
disabled
her
19-year-old
yeah.
sister.
Well, I don't know.
And then after she murdered her, like the fucking toy giraffe stuffed animal was drenched in blood, and she
Yeah.
just recorded a video of that.
And then she
As her last video on
posted
TikTok.
it, and then she calls the cops saying,
Yeah,
report
killed-
that you killed my
I
sister.
killed my sister and shit. And then they're like, the cops offer her to buy her food, and then her fucking way of responding was like, well, if I knew I was gonna get a free meal for killing someone, I would have killed someone a long time ago.
What the fuck?
I was like, yo, and she was apparently a normal fucking child. She was about to be co-president
Yeah.
of a class, like, was very, like, athletic and stuff, because she does a lot of school activities. And then for her to do that shit is crazy.
She
Like,
said
what the fuck happened?
She loved horror movies and all that kind of stuff. I think her favorite, like, person, whatever, was Michael Myers.
I bet she.
Yeah,
didn't-
yeah, I
bet
heard
she
something
didn't
about
have
Michael.
a father figure.
No, her father was there.
Was he?
And
Was he
he,
good?
looked
at
like
that?
he was a chill, funny dude.
Oh damn, that's
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. It's just like a very like, imagine that you finding out that your daughter got killed by your other fucking daughter
On purpose, too.
on purpose, and then those are the only 2 kids you have. So you basically are
She got charged for.
you basically
adult-
have taken one. One's got taken away, and the other one's fucking crazy. That I don't even know how I would feel, knowing if one of my
Well,
kids was a mass murderer.
What happened
Or
was.
She's not mass murder. She just killed one person.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but
What they said, what they're gonna do
Who
is
knows
that
if she
they're
got
gonna
another
charge
victim
her.
or not.
They're gonna charge her with
adult.
They
Yeah,
got
it's
weed
like
all over
adult
your
charges because she was in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. She was 17, but
You got weed on
She was
street.
14.
oh, I do. Oh
then
shit!
what
I
it's
got all
called?
these Scooby
Yeah.
snacks.
But then I think the parents got she got a lawyer so they can try to go to, put her in juvenile. Yeah.
Ah man, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about like it seems fucked up. But if my kid committed murder, I feel like I'd have to leave him in jail. Like you get the punishment you deserve. Like that'd be my own like.
But what? Like it's just crazy because like if
It's
you think
hard,
they're crazy enough to do that to your own sister, what did they get out? What their objective is gonna be? You
I mean,
never loved me. Say you love me. Say it.
shit.
I love you. You didn't mean it.
It's fucked up.
Die right there. Woo. That's crazy.
Talking about that though, I watched the new movie Smile.
Oh yeah, he said he saw the new Smile. He's like,
Dude.
fuck that shit, bro. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
nah,
Good?
fuck- It's a good
It's
movie.
scary.
It's a scary movie.
what I like.
It's a good
He
movie.
couldn't sleep.
I could see. What the fuck?
A little pussy.
Nah, I was able to sleep. Fuck off.
He had a partner. That's why.
But I
He's
was
like,
so-
luckily I have my girl with me.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean,
He needed his
I'm,
guts together. It's like-
but then the next day I was
That's
able
why I
to
don't watch
sleep.
scary
So I was
No.
able to sleep by myself the next day.
But what is called? I do like
Nothing happened to me, so I'm good.
what is called.
You don't deny it.
No, but
It'd be like that, yo.
the
At least for
movie
me
itself, I think it's like a really good movie, but it's just fucking scary, bro. Like, I don't think I'll be able to watch it again, even though I already know it's probably gonna happen. Just because the way it makes you feel watching it, it's just like
It's
it
like
makes you
about a
like-
It's,
psychopath.
it's like something.
No.
It's like mental.
What is it about?
It's like
It's
mentally
like
fucking. you,
something that fucks with you, like your mind, like your mind.
Like supernatural?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
So like, I don't want to spoil it,
No,
but
that's
like,
straight, it's
but
straight.
like, there's been even warnings by people that have seen it. It's like, yo, if you're not in the right state of mind, or if you're like going through things mentally or depressed, don't watch the movie.
Alright, I'm gonna watch it.
Like that's how bad, like it's scary it can be.
Shit, it sounds good. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to watch it. I like scary movies.
The thing is too, like after that, like it kind of like low key affected my girlfriend a little too. Like not like that, but like it scared her. It scared her to a point where she was like, "It's just a movie. It's just a movie." I was like, "I don't get like it's still like for me it's like more like demonic stuff kind of thing."
Oh,
Yeah.
it's demonic.
A little bit.
Shit.
That's where it gets. That's where it gets.
That's where it's
me.
like, yeah,
That's where it
that's
gets me. Because Pony Island, I played that game, and once it starts
Pony
getting demonic,
Island.
but once
What's
that shit
that?
gets demonic, it's like it starts out as like a little kids game, like a little
What, like
kid-
My Little Pony type shit?
kind of, yeah. It's not My Little Pony because like I guess copyright, but it's like similar idea. It's like unicorns and shit, and it's like first it's like a simple little computer game like on like an arcade machine.
It's kind of like Sonic.exe.
Kind of, yeah, but it's like, yeah, so it's like you're like doing little mini games. You're jumping over little fences, like little pony shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And then you're on a computer and be like, "Hi, you kill
And
this
then-
one, do this,
yeah,
and
then
that."
out of nowhere you start summoning demons and shit, and like it makes you summon demons. That's the part that made me uncomfortable. It's like you gotta do this, you gotta do this. So I was like, I don't feel comfortable summoning demons. I don't know about that. So I was like, and I played that shit alone in my room. That game made me uncomfortable for sure.
What happened? Like,
I mean, I honestly don't remember because it was a long time ago, but
I remember you talking to us
yeah,
about that.
it's basically
that's
that. You start summoning demons and like your computer starts getting possessed and shit. Not like I think even actually your actual computer, you start getting it. You remember like that
It
one
glitches
game,
up.
I'm Scared, where it's like some files will download into your like computer like automatically.
yeah, that's
It'll
what's
do
it
shit
called?
like that.
Yeah, what's it called?
And it's like
That's what it
that
did
mixed
for
with demonic shit. Nah, fuck
Labrador,
that.
right?
Labrador
Fuck.
Town.
That,
Labrador
Oh
Town.
yeah,
the
that game
one-
too.
That fucking like
It gets your name.
For Pokemon? Yeah.
Yeah, that one too. That was mixed with demonic shit too. That's what makes it scary. It's like the fucking computer. Like
Some people got like seizures from that, like something like that.
well, that's
Yeah,
just
I
from
mean-
the
I mean,
original
that's-
Lavender.
Yeah,
Town
because it was
music.
like the flashing and stuff, but like
Well, the
I
Flash
thought it
was
was
from the show.
what
The
freaked me the
flashing was-
fuck
yeah,
out.
the
Like I
flashing
was
was
going
the
through it
show.
like nothing. I was just like, oh yeah, it was Porygon,
Yeah.
the Porygon episode. I was just there playing that shit, and then I was enjoying it. I'm like, it's just a regular Pokemon game. They're dead. They're fucking dead in real life, whatever. You know?
Right, that was the only
You know,
difference, right? It's
yeah.
like your Pokemon actually die
Yeah, they
when
actually
you
died
do
and
it,
shit.
when they
So then-
KO.
I'm over there visiting Lavender Town. I always got creeped out in the game, just visiting that shit. But now I'm over here just playing a game dedicated to that damn town. I was like, all right, but you fight the ghost, blah blah. It's a fucking zombie Marowak, whatever I think. And then luckily this is
Fucking
where the
Gary
game
comes
fucked
out.
up. Like, fucking, when you create your own profile, obviously, what's your name, this and that, and that's where they get your information from.
Nah,
But, like,
nah,
mine
it gets
didn't have that
information
name.
from the computer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like exactly from the computer, but like it was my mom's laptop. So when I
It was your
clicked on
dad's.
it,
I remember it said Evaristo.
yeah, Evaristo or something like that.
It was my mom,
mom's
but
laptop
they-
on my dad.
yeah.
And I said, "Hey, Evaristo." I'm like, You fucked up, bitch. That ain't my name, motherfucker. You know.
Yeah.
But like, I know example. If that shit had said my name, I'd have been like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, I'll be tripping the fuck out. And then the other game was Sonic one, where you guys just run,
Oh yeah.
and then
Becomes
you gotta
endless,
find,
right?
like it's endless, and then so there's a fucking Sonic just floating at you with fucking like bloody eyes and shit.
He starts chasing you.
And then you can't escape
You can't
it.
escape him. Yeah, he
He
catches
just
up.
catches you, and then you hear wow, 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 wow. Like,
Bro, I
and
don't
then,
know why. As a
and then
little
you
kid,
try to
that
press
shit-
the escape button, and when you press it,
It pops up, right?
a screen pops up. You can't escape me.
So you
know,
try to
it's
like
just
close
like,
the window.
like,
the
oh
actual window.
shit! But like, you know, if you don't know PC, you don't know about the alt tab and shit, and like, you know,
You
exit
just
that
restart
shit.
the whole computer.
Yeah, you just throw that shit
You
in the
little
trash.
kid, you fucking panic.
Fuck.
Bro, that shit was
out.
terrifying because I remember that you'd be running and it'd be infinite, and then at first you're just running, and he's like right there behind you.
It make that noise
And
like
then
if
once he
he's
starts
drowning
catching
and
up,
shit.
that shit starts getting scary. Once you see him catching up and you can't do anything, you're like running as fast as you can. You're jumping and you're trying to run as fast as you can, and you just see him slowly catching up. You're like, fuck. Your heart starts pounding with two.
You literally see at the end of the screen after all three players,
There's a
like they give you,
bloody-ass Sonic.
you literally have like all heads on a fucking stake, like
Yeah.
bleeding out and
Oh
shit. Like,
yeah.
Yo, we
Come
played some
play with
fucked up
me.
shit as kids.
I know, right, bro? Like, and then all the creepy pastas that we fucking be listening to on
Yo,
this shit, like that Rugrats
it's
shit.
kinda
Apparently,
weird.
Angelica was fucking.
It's kind of weird how popular.
You hear that, right?
Yeah.
Like, kind of like something like if you press against some paper and then it's uncrumpling it.
Yeah, here.
That's a cricket, bro. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
But over there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how popular like that shit. Because a lot of people grew up on like scary shit like that.
Oh yeah.
It's peanut butter jelly.
And a lot of-
Let me tell you what happened though too with Patti. So after we did going back to that too, after we watched the movie and everything, like the next day she came with me to work. She stayed in the car, and low key I came
What
back.
the fuck? What's she doing in the car for like 8 hours?
She didn't want. No, it wasn't 8 hours. It was just in the morning.
It's
So like
only-
4 hours. But like even
Shit,
still,
still 4 hours.
yeah, exactly, still. But pretty much, I left my like pouch in the car, so I go back and I go to the side. She didn't notice I scared her just by like and
Knocking?
yeah, but she's already getting in her head because of the parking garage and then the movie. So then she was like she got scared from there, and then she was telling me that when I went back in like all that she fell asleep like a little bit out like a little couple hours or like a couple minutes after, and I think she had like a sleep paralysis. Or
Ooh, that's not a good time to have sleep paralysis.
yeah, and supposedly like what she said is when she was laying down, like she just saw something like black or like a black man or like just at the window too, and then from there.
Racist. It's like, it's like black man. It's like,
I said she's something black was
I'm
like
joking,
a black
I'm
person,
joking,
like
I'm
yeah,
joking.
black figure, black person.
It's
I
a
don't know
joke.
what it was. Yeah, I know. And we just called. She said she couldn't do
Nah,
anything.
we got canceled.
sorry.
She said she couldn't do anything, and then from there she woke up.
That's
Damn.
creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Those reminds me of the fucking dreams that we had I did when what's it called? We lived in the house in Sterling and we played in the
Yo, that shit was
basement.
scary.
Everybody,
I don't really remember, like, I don't really
everybody,
remember.
and even like Eduardo, Edgar, everybody that stayed over, like they did not
Basement
want
was
to sleep
scary.
over at all
basement.
because they felt
Yeah,
weird.
the basement was scary.
Because
as
they
fuck.
always felt like something was there and watching, like because that window was there, but
Uh-huh.
it was always black because it was underneath the deck, and then the deck was fixed where you can put stuff
Yeah.
in it, like it was a little shed. And I don't know, I ain't feel anything, but even the people downstairs that lived with us said like they had sleep paralysis and they were like awake and they couldn't scream or anything and shit. And then while that was happening, they saw because there was a window like that above the door, but there was light there, and they saw some figure like walking and shit. Like they didn't see it because they wouldn't look out the window. They were looking away from the window, but the shadow was
You just see
casting
the
it.
shadows. Yeah.
And they were just freaking the fuck out. And then apparently, and I was just like, I never tripped about it, but I always had a weird presence being down there, like kind of like goosebumps kind of feeling.
Nah, I hated it.
And then
down there.
I never
Really?
fucking but I never stayed there underneath, like
The
after
only
like
time
10 or
the
something.
only time I'd be down there would be in that little corner where the fucking Sega
The bar?
was.
Yeah, the fucking GameCube. Like,
Yeah.
literally, as soon as you go down the living room
To the
right,
right,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
Because,
I
like,
remember.
we
Other
never went
corner?
into the
Fuck
bar
that.
where
Yeah,
the
I
was the
fucking
dark
hated
corner
that. Yeah,
is.
because it was dark corner, exactly.
Yeah, the dark corner. And then what's it called? In the dream, I specifically remember seeing myself, like, playing with, I think it was like Edgar or you. And I was just watching myself. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I over here? I want to watch the game, like, type shit. But then I wasn't able to move. I was just, like, stuck,
It
like, in
wasn't getting
place.
closer.
But I was able to, move my head around and shit. And then I look to my right and I see a tall black figure. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Yo! And then we start slowly gliding to ourselves. And then I wake up.
A black figure, like what though? Like how
I don't
did it
know.
look?
Like a black figure, bro. Like a shady figure. Like, you know the fucking Pokemon from Lavender Town where that ghost you can't see? It's just a little black ghost. It's like a figure like that. Like just a black figure and shit.
Because I hear a lot of people when they're sleeping, they see a lot of black figure, tall black figure. It's always tall black figure, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, because you don't know because basically whatever it is doesn't want to show itself.
What?
Basically, whatever you see, it doesn't want to show itself. If it wants to present itself, it will show you how it looks.
That's scary, bro.
Exactly. And I didn't see it. So I'm glad I didn't, because then I would not be driving by it when I'm like, hey, yo, I used to live right here, bro. I would not be driving by that shit, telling people,
Fuck
like,
that.
I live right there, bro. I've been like, fuck this, I'm speeding. You know? That's actually where you almost got fucking hit by a car.
Really?
Yeah, you were chasing after the soccer ball, and you went in between two cars, and then the other car, since it was a cul-de-sac, it was slow, so, and it wasn't that big of a cul-de-sac, it was just like a real small one, and car got lucky and fucking braked. You were literally probably like a foot away from getting impacted by a car,
Damn.
and you were like Leo's age, like 5'4".
And then
that would have been it for you.
and I do remember what it's called. I don't remember this, but my mom told me that one time I fell down the
You gotta
stairs.
ask Baldo. He's the one that lived there. He's
Yeah.
I remember.
he's the one that experienced the.
Yeah, he's
sleep
on the side of the
paralysis.
story. I remember
Yeah.
him telling you.
But I do what it's called. My mom told me that there was one time when I was little too at that house. Is that when I was little, I fell down the stairs and supposedly there was a balloon there, and what it's called when I fell on top of the balloon, and my mom said if the balloon wasn't there or whatever, whatever it was, I would have probably hit myself in the corner of my head with a wooden thing where I don't know what it was. Yeah.
So you hit your head on the balloon?
No, I fell on the balloon pretty much.
So the balloon saved you.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Someone in that house was trying to kill you, bro. Your guardian angel kept you alive.
Did us?
On some real shit.
Yeah.
Jesus, God, yeah, or my guardian angel, like you said.
So that's two separate times that you almost died at the house.
Bro, I almost died just on the fucking road.
Oh.
The accident.
Oh.
Oh, that was not.
That's
the
not
house.
no demon shit.
Yeah,
but
that was not the house. That's something else. But
my
yeah,
guardian
that
angel
was
was definitely saving me.
that was close too. That was a close call.
But dude, yeah,
run
that's
over by
actually
the
kind of
car.
crazy.
I got hit by it.
Yeah, my tia fucking backed up to
The
you.
tires didn't go on me.
Okay, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why they invented cameras. To
She
look in
didn't,
the
she didn't
reverse.
back up though. I was in front of her.
What the fuck? So she ran you over this way?
It's
Wait,
not-
what the
It's
fuck?
because she was.
I
in the
was
truck.
told. I was told that she backed up into
that's-
you.
that's what I was
She was
told
in a
too.
big truck and I was a little kid. She couldn't even see me. So I
Nigga,
was-
you were not no little kid, bro. You were tall.
Bro, this was at the apartment. So I was.
But she was backing out the driveway. What the fuck? She going forward.
I just told you she wasn't backing up. She was going
oh,
straight.
oh, she was going straight.
She couldn't see because I was literally right in front of the car. There was no speed. She
Yeah,
literally just
yeah.
started accelerating,
Ah,
and she literally just knocked me over. I feel like it wasn't as bad as it seems.
That's what everybody's made it seem
Yeah, like I just fell onto the concrete. And I feel like it was mostly that. It was mostly the impact of me hitting my head on the concrete. I feel like that's.
so it was like a little shove.
Yeah, I feel like that's mostly what it was. I feel like it was mostly my head.
She
hitting
didn't
the
drove
concrete.
over you?
No, she didn't. Her tires didn't go over me.
No,
Bro,
like,
speaking
you were
about
under her
driving-
truck and she drove over.
Yeah,
like,
the tire went over me. Or not, the tires didn't go over me. I mean,
the car
went over me.
Okay, yeah.
It's like if he was a mechanic fixing
Yeah, that's
something.
what,
on you.
that's what I was wondering. Like,
Dude, this is one lady, an Asian lady. I forgot where, but like apparently she ran over someone. Didn't know that person was still stuck in her car and was dragging her dead body. No, not even dead. She was still alive. Matter of fact, she was still alive, being dragged by the car the whole entire time. And she was always wondering. She was wondering why everybody was like looking at her, pointing at her, like like that. And then until the cops pulled her over, and they're like, "Look what you've been doing." And she was like, she was drunk as fuck.
Dumbass.
Didn't even fucking know.
Deserves to go to jail.
Like, and I feel bad for the person being dragged, my nigga.
Of course,
Like,
bro. Of
bro,
course.
How
what if
does
there
she
was
get
fucking
dragged, though?
speed bumps, bro? Oh!
did they end up surviving or no?
I mean, I don't know about that much of the detail, but I know she survived that incident. I don't know if she is still alive. Because big
Yeah, like
injuries, you can only
afterwards,
live
yeah.
for so long. Because
Long term.
you can only do so much on a human body
Yeah, I feel that.
if they don't have transplants. You know, and that's fucking for the rich.
I think the camera turned off too, by the way.
Did it again?
I'm gonna go.
How long have we been? Like an hour?
So I'll BRB.
But I was gonna say, it's kind of weird how popular people are into like creepy shit.
Right.
Like it's really popular. Like people are like creepypasta and like
Keep it shit in
just
general.
creepy shit
Yeah.
in general, horror. And I wanted, the reason I bring that up is because I wanted to bring that up to talk about when we were talking about the CIA shit, the PSYOP, when we were talking about like how those are psychopaths, kind of. They're basically psychopaths doing like some crazy shit for the government. They just work for the government. And this part, if we haven't already gotten banned with everything else we've said, this one's definitely gonna be the one. There are theories that people say the CIA tries to find psychopaths and tries to make them do shit for them. Like a lot of people have blamed a lot of mass shootings on CIA finding.
Isn't it the FBI or is it CIA?
It's both, to be
Both,
honest.
because I think the FBI is like its own little corporate. I think it's
Both.
is
CIA
it
and-
both.
Yeah, so they kind of both work on
Okay,
their own.
okay.
They're kind of just doing their own thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And nobody really. They're in charge of themselves, basically. Like
Yeah.
nobody tells them what to do.
They do what they want.
Yeah, basically. And to be honest, a lot of people think they're the ones controlling Joe Biden right now. Because everyone knows Joe Biden's not making the decisions right now. A lot of times he says something, and then they'll come out later and be like, the White House says this, even though Joe Biden said something else. So like, we already know Joe Biden's not in charge. So a lot of people think it might be the CIA or FBI, or maybe all of them working together. Basically,
That
a
could be a
shadow
possibility.
government. The people call it QAnon, which I guess saying that makes me a far right extremist now.
Far right.
Yeah. So it's right there on the desk. But I mean, whatever you want to call it, it obviously exists. Like, is it off?
It's because you were literally like off screen.
I was.
You were like literally like this.
She.
That's why I turned it on.
All right. But yeah, we know that there's something going on with the government for sure. That's not like Joe Biden is not in charge. We all know that for a fact. Like most of us know that, at least, I guess.
I feel like we should, because like when he does talk, he doesn't sometimes know what he's saying. Even people that actually voted for him, they're like, "Oh yeah, nah." I kind of regret voting for him because
He's an old ass man. Bro.
exactly.
You can't talk, man. You can't even talk straight.
Like
Look,
Pe-
the
people-
reason why the government was happy that he got elected is because, hey, look, we got a puppet. This guy
Exactly.
can't fucking function.
Exactly. They just wanted
We
a
got something
puppet.
we can just put our hands up their ass and just speak for them.
Trump was not letting that happen. That's
Exactly.
why
That's why so many people are so hated against him. Like, at least, not the people that voted for him, but like the other people, like, oh, Trump ain't doing shit. He did a lot more than others. He spoke his mind, which other presidents couldn't do. And it's crazy. Like,
That's why we know.
he basically got canceled.
We know already we already
They're trying to
know
get impeached.
because it's been like we basically they've already admitted it. The election was rigged, basically. Like they kind of admitted it with Facebook at least.
They were afraid Trump going for another term because he was actually going to change shit that term. And that's what they're like, oh, yo, we need Biden, bro. We need Biden.
They just needed a puppet, yeah.
Just say he was part of Obama, we got the population right there.
Bro, that's the only reason they got Kamala Harris was because she's black and she's a woman.
Exactly.
And they're like, hey, look, diversity.
And the people were talking about the same thing with marijuana. It'd be like, oh yeah, I'm cool with that. But yeah, she was like, she arrested so many people.
She's a hypocrite with that, yeah. But
that's why you can't trust him.
That's why when you hear people like make promises, I'd rather see the promise be made first before they're even elected, because they can just say whatever they want. Doesn't mean they're gonna do it.
That's why they got to tell you the plan too. So what's your actual plan? And they never presented an actual plan, to be honest.
And then if they do present an actual plan, it's longer than 4 years. So they would have to be president again for another 4 years to promise the things that I was gonna do, because the previous president has fucking left so many big trash piles that I gotta clean up.
Exactly. That's another thing. Yep, that's another thing they try to do is like, I can do this. I got the plan. I just got to do this, this, and this. And it's like, and it won't solve the problem though. But you just gotta trust me. You just gotta trust the process. And it's like, nah. I want the problem solved.
Right. Like, this is off related, but like for soccer, Juventus, they were one of the best team. Like they were the best team in fucking Serie A. Won all these leagues every year. Cristiano comes and he still does good, but it's not as like he was a lead and everything. But then after that, the team's not as good. It's because other teams got better. So then they find another coach, got the old coach that was winning in the series, and he's like, oh, fucking Cristiano messed up my shit, bro. My shit was beautiful, it was set, but because of him, that's why we're losing. And then now he got a better player and everything, younger, and where's the excuses now? He's just trash now. And that's what I feel like it was. Like, it is going on now. Like, people were blaming the previous thing just to like cover their own fucking faults, and it's annoying. Like,
but like you said, though, that's what a lot of presidents just do.
That's politics in general.
Politics in general, they just blame each other, like the other sides, every time.
Oh, facts.
They don't. They all they do is just bitch each other and not solve shit. They just like to bitch.
Fingers, bro.
Yeah.
They just point fingers. Like instead of accepting their own blame, they just point fingers.
Yeah.
Childish people.
But you know why? It's because, like I said, that, I guess, shadow government, the people that are actually in charge behind the scenes, the people that manipulated Facebook, because Mark Zuckerberg, I don't know if you guys watched that episode with Joe Rogan where Mark Zuckerberg...
You see the one where he has a sweater or a jacket, and then what's inside this? Oh, it's our plan. And he was uncomfortable to take off his thing. There was an Illuminati or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck it was.
Nah.
Yeah, you haven't seen that?
Nah, I haven't. Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I believe it, to be honest. But on the Joe Rogan podcast, he basically admits that the FBI came to him and basically told him to censor the Hunter Biden laptop story, which is basically a laptop that it was actually a couple laptops, I think, but it was one of them laptops. He left it at like a Geek Squad repair, like to get it fixed. Mm-hmm. And he just never came to pick it up because he's a fucking crackhead. And I guess he forgot to come pick up his laptop. And so after a period of time, if you leave it there, they're allowed to have ownership over it. So
really?
Yeah, so it was their laptop now. So they started going through it and seeing what he had on there. And that's basically what the whole controversy was that he had a lot of fucked up shit on there. He had a lot of child porn. He had a lot of... Hunter Biden. It was Joe Biden's son.
Joe Biden's son.
He had a lot of child porn on there. He had a lot of deals that he was doing with Ukraine and how he was basically doing basically getting money just for
sex trafficking, child trafficking.
No, not for that. But I don't think he was doing that. At least he might have been. I can't speak on that. I don't know. I don't want to say anything on that because
We don't know.
we're already walking the fine. We're already walking a thin rope with censorship. So I don't want to say anything.
that we
like
don't
that.
know.
All I know is if we get censored or get canceled, people,
You know,
we're,
The truth.
we
Say,
have power.
but
we do have power.
But other things that were on the laptop was that Joe Biden's daughter was talking about how she would be uncomfortable taking showers because Joe Biden would molest her while she was trying to take showers.
Really?
And she was like she felt uncomfortable taking showers because she'd be like sometimes he would like try to come into the shower with me or some shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
Wait,
And
who?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's daughter
Oh,
talking about Joe Biden.
Yeah, apparently, what's it called? When you're a president, even after you're a former president, you're never by yourself. You never drive a car. You never do anything.
Yeah.
You always have to have someone with you.
Yeah, bro. Like
Go on
even
vacation,
yeah,
family
even
vacation,
ex presidents, they're
You
on
can't do shit.
this what do they call it? The Secret
Protect
Service.
them.
Yeah.
If we were
They protect them still
president's
Why?
son,
because
there
they
would
have
be some
they have
agent right
information still.
Because the reason why is because we know so many government secrets.
Exactly.
They want to kill you if you try to speak. about
Yeah,
it.
they're basically keeping an eye on you.
They're basically a hitman on you at all times. Bodyguard, but hitman.
Yeah, it's both. It's a bodyguard and a hitman because sometimes people try to kidnap like ex presidents or some
So, like,
shit.
To get information by them,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
If I'm drunk as shit or something like that, they'll probably like start taking me away or something like, or like,
They
no,
probably
don't say
wouldn't.
anything.
Bro, they probably won't even let you get drunk like that. To be honest,
Probably.
like
And if you do get that drunk, they just probably pick you up and leave you, take you. It's like, yo, bro, what's up with it? Like, and then if anything happens, like, what if you lose contact with your friend? Like, oh, I don't know. After that night, you stopped hitting me up, so we stopped being friends and shit. What if you got taken care of?
Oh shit.
maybe, but I don't
Or
mean.
they did that fucking Men in Black shit. Just look at this real quick. Choo. You were just at the bar because you were depressed because the girl jumped you. You know, now he's all depressed for some random bullshit that never was true.
I mean, that could happen. Maybe not like some Men in Black shit where they flash a light in your eye and you forget everything. And by the way, I don't even know if they can fucking hear you, Rogelio. I'm just realizing right now, like the mic's probably not picking up anything that you're saying. So, no
Yeah,
offense, but I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to cut you out of the podcast.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking, we can't just stay quiet.
Oh, yeah, my fault.
No, I mean you're good. Just when you're done smoking, you can join us again. But yeah, because I don't think the mic can hear you when you're talking, so it kind of just sounds like we're just not talking whenever we're listening to you.
It's just like, why are they staying quiet? Like,
Yeah, exactly. I don't want them to think that we're just not talking.
Yeah.
think you're crazy.
So now you know if you now that you guys know if you guys can't hear him or if I'm sure it's not
If
gonna
you
pick
can't
up.
hear him, then my bad for telling you to not be on part of it. But if you can't hear him now you know why it was weird and it looked like we were talking to ourselves.
Little awkward moment.
But yeah, like he was saying, I guess. I mean, I can definitely see something like that happening where it's like maybe not like the Men in Black where they flash a light at you and you forget shit, but we were talking about it like in the Black Market episode where they have that one drug, the Devil's Breath, where they just blow it. It's like a little powder and you forget shit that happened even before you took the drug. So shit like that
Yeah,
already
is this a
exists.
powder?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just a powder and you just like
Yeah.
you go like that and just blow it in someone's
Yeah,
face.
I think I've seen like not like movies and like actual like cartoon movies too.
I think they show that in the Tooth Fairy.
Right? I
In
think
the
that's
second
what,
one, I
yeah.
You know, the Tooth Fairy, yeah, you forget me dust.
The forgive me
Yeah. And you just blow it in someone's. It's kind of like that basically, except it makes you susceptible to like suggestions too, so that they can
What's that
manipulate
called?
you too.
Oh really?
A lot of people, yeah, that's technically considered a rape drug because people use that for
Like great. Well,
They made a movie out of that called Hustlers, where
hustlers.
it's about what's it called? Strip girls that work in a strip club that they got to a point where it was getting dry because not a lot of people were going there no more. So only the rich really will go there really, and they will get to a point where they will drug the man to a point where he's conscious but like doesn't know what he's really doing. So they'll start doing transactions small transactions, but then started getting bigger and bigger, and they made a living off of that, just drugging people. If they can
That
make
sounds like,
medicine
Cardi
for
B.
your, it was a Cardi B was actually in the movie.
Yeah, that's something
What's
she
it called?
actually did.
Yeah, she actually did that, and I think that maybe I don't know if that's where they got the influence of making the movie and stuff, but like,
Damn,
who
she's
knows?
shameless.
But like, it's crazy how a woman can say all this stuff and be okay with it. Okay, but if a man were to come out and say, "Oh yeah, I drugged all these women and do all that shit," he would have been locked up.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. But regardless, like, and
Don't
if,
get the
if a
feminist
female
on
wants to
there,
be like,
dude,
you know,
Don't
We
get the
can-
feminists.
I was
man.
gonna say, don't get me started. We could do a whole episode about feminism because feminism is ruining society.
It's not like they say it's like it's fucked up because they would like say, oh, so a woman can't do that. It's like, I mean, all right, then do it, but they still don't. They choose not to though.
Walking around
Like
shirtless.
it's like yeah, exactly. Why do you guys have to have? Where's our bras? Where's our man bras and shit like that? Or like not even that training bras. I'm just fucking with y'all, but like
some guys do
you
need
know,
bras.
I don't know, bro. Like it's just crazy. Like how there's so many things
Yeah,
men
I
can't
hope
do, and it's a crime and all that stuff. But then if women would do it, it's crazy. It's good. It's all right.
No,
It's
that's facts.
forgiven.
Facts. Like an
then
example of that would be
Like for like a teacher, if we were to have sexual relations with like they both go to jail, but like it's much easier for the female than it is for the male. But they're starting to lock up on that, which is good. But you know, they have to do that with everything, not just certain things. That it's like for a joke, this comedian was saying like, "Oh my god, your nephew's so cute. How old is he? Oh, he's 6. Oh, save him till he's 18 for me." And then walk away with no problem.
Yeah, everybody.
But then
girl can do
a
that,
guy, if he were to be like, "Oh my god, your niece is so cute, blah blah blah, this and that, save her for me," I'll be escorted out by the police, going to jail. You know, type shit. Like it was a joke. It's hilarious, but like it's facts.
Yep.
Yeah,
Facts,
Leo.
facts.
You hear that?
Yeah, I think Chrissy just got here. That's why.
But should we could save the feminists that whole conversation for another
For another
podcast. But I got a
podcast.
lot to say on that, to be honest.
I did.
Because I don't want to get started.
I mean, we already like
We're already on the borderline
we're
of
already
getting.
Yeah.
ready to wrap up, so I don't want to get into that because there's
Back
a lot.
to
There's a
the-
lot to be said, to be honest.
We're already about to get censored from other things.
And yeah, we already have we're already walking a thin rope. Shit.
For the realest shit ever. Ramu's in the basement.
This one might be up on Patreon if it gets censored on YouTube.
Yeah, we're just
Spotify.
a lot of people not gonna like what we hear. Some people report it, and then some. It's just YouTube doesn't like that kind of
Yeah, it's
stuff.
not even people I feel like reporting it at this point. I think it's just like
Actual.
It's just
thing.
big brands that see that there's power in something, so they don't want to like specifically cut them out
I think it goes
because
back to the
every
shadow
voice has a
government that I
power.
was talking about, to be honest.
Huh?
I think it goes back to like that shadow government that I'm talking about. I guess the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, they just want to control shit.
They don't want people knowing about like shit that we talk about. I mean, like I said, I don't like using the word Illuminati because then people
Because
start.
now Marvel is like, oh, Illuminati from like Doctor Strange 2.
I
No,
guess.
not that Illuminati, bro.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I just feel like whenever you use that word, people dismiss you because
Yeah.
he's a conspiracy theorist. You know, he's just crazy. But it's like you don't have to use that name. Whatever you want to call them, like someone's controlling,
Delete
someone's pulling the strings.
The top of the.
Someone's
top.
pulling the strings from behind the scenes, and you can see it in the way that,
Like a puppeteer.
and you can see it in the way that like a lot of American corporations and like even our politicians now like prioritize China over our own country, and it's like
The
Because
The main reason is because they're so in debt. They're like,
they're-
fuck, bro.
they're prioritizing globalism, which is like that whole idea of like one government for the whole world,
Oh,
which is the
shit.
idea that they're trying to get to. So it's like they're trying to push this idea of like, oh, well, why are you so attached to your country? Like that's why they try to make nationalism seem like a bad thing. Like, oh, it's like those rednecks, they're so proud of America, and they try to like paint them in like a bad light. So you're not supposed to be like.
What's so bad
wrong
about
with
that?
being proud of your country? You should be proud of your country. It's
Yeah.
it's part of who you are. It's
for your culture,
high
like
respect for that.
exactly.
especially
They're not
artists.
they're not shamed to show their colors and who they are. You know, like they fucking like.
You could talk. Sorry.
You get what?
Your camera's dying.
It's like 0.5%, no? It's
We're,
ready?
we're wrapping up
Oh, what
straight.
the heck? All right. It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, I guess wrap it up on that. The elites they want
Wait.
globalism.
But I do want to say one more thing before we wrap it up. Because I was trying to say something. I was supposed to bring this up in the beginning. I was telling Eduardo earlier that what is called that supposedly I've been seeing a lot of videos. I don't know how true this is. This is not like 100% true or whatever. It could just be fake.
We just present the information.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta verify it for yourself.
That supposedly people are saying that the Grand Canyon leads to Africa. If you go inside the Grand Canyon and everything like that, it leads to Africa somehow.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, if you go down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon and
Yeah.
just walk straight,
Yeah, it will take you to Africa supposedly. I don't know how true that is. I don't really think it is, but that's what people say. But then I did see video of this where like people that have
so I'm
gone.
guessing it's like a big ass canyon, and then it goes into like a tunnel. I'm guessing because
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to water. Like
Yeah.
it's not like okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
crazy.
But there's been videos where like what is called you see things in the Great Canyon where it's like kind of like building ish, and like you see like chairs, like stuff like around like stuff like if people used to like live like in the Grand Canyon, like little towns or cities or whatever.
inside of it,
Yeah, like in the caves.
in the caves.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it called? What if the world we know how big it is because we've been told how big it is. What if it's bigger than what it is?
Probably is, to be
Yeah,
honest.
the people say that there's
And
another.
then what if the crust is, they say it's so thin, but what if it is thicker? What if we're so far away from the core that we're not like there's so much things we can do like
hollow
underground
Earth? Like a hollow Earth?
civilization. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and there's that theory too about the Antarctica wall, where it's like
Yeah.
they think that there's
There's something
more,
past
more,
that.
yeah, more contents beyond that.
Maybe that's why people believe it's flat because we can go past that, and they say we can't, but so because it curves and stuff. But what if it is flat on some aspect, and then we're just going? But who knows?
The
I
flat
don't
Earth
know.
theory's been disproven many times.
I mean, I'm just saying if it was like that's what they probably thought.
I feel
of.
like
But like,
You
What
can
I-
disprove it
how
yourself.
big?
To be honest. It's
How
pretty
big
easy.
is that though? Like,
what I think
like,
is
I don't know. How, that's
I
crazy.
feel like the Earth could be round, but it's bigger than what we think it is.
no facts. I feel
That's
like
what I
it's
feel
bigger.
like it is. Like it could, like I'm sure it is round, but I'm sure it's bigger than what people
Yeah.
will say it is.
No, it is like because you can prove that the Earth is round. Like you could do a test, an experiment by yourself with a laser and just like see, like
how it curves.
well the laser doesn't curve, but like the Earth does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. That's nice.
But
Because if it was flat, if you have a really good like telescope, you should technically be able to see the other side of the world.
yeah, if it was flat, you'd be able to see.
And
like,
then
in
you
the
can't
distance.
tell time by a sun clock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I guess you're right.
we're getting off topic now entirely. this has been a great episode though.
It went everywhere. To be
Yeah,
honest.
this was a little all over the place, but it was an interesting conversation. And with that being said, we're gonna wrap up. So thank you for tuning in to random
Ramblings in the basement.
ramblings.
Have a good day. Have a good night. Sweet
Good week.
dreams. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
afternoon. Bye.
Whatever time you're watching this, we don't know what
Good
hey, we don't know what time you're watching this. Whatever time you're watching it,